What's going on, everyone? I'm your boy Jay Chance. And this is the Controversial Corner. We got a lot of things to talk about, and I don't know, the world is going crazy. It's a lot of things in the news that I'm going to address today. I don't have much time because it is my birthday holiday, so I'm going to try to fit in as much information as I can. Just want to give a shout out to all my supporters. And it's not so much as what's in my cup, is actually what I'm drinking it out of. Make sure you guys go to RevelNation.com and get you guys a cup. And they have tons of other merchandise there as well, from jumpsuits to backpacks to coffee mugs like this one, and shirts, t-shirts. So make sure you guys go to RevelNation.com for that. So the first thing that I want to discuss, it would be remiss if I didn't bring up rapper Travis Scott. If you guys haven't heard, if you've been under a rock somewhere, Mr. Travis Scott, he was at a big venue recently. Thousands upon thousands of fans were there to see him perform. And unfortunately, hundreds of people got hurt, and about 8 people got murdered because there wasn't proper security. It was just a plethora of unforeseen circumstances that occurred. A lot of people feel as though that something else happened, though. And I guess this is stemming from a lot of people that were at the concert saying that someone at the concert was injecting some of the people in the crowd with some unknown substance, and that caused a lot of people to run and rush the stage, pretty much. And as you know, I don't know if you know how you grew up or whatever, but when you see one person running, then other people might be inclined to run as well. That running resulted in a lot of people getting crushed to death, and but the concert continued to go on while this was occurring. According to Travis Scott, he didn't know what was occurring in the crowd, but other people feel differently. A lot of people feel as though it was some type of satanic ritual or demonic sacrificial ritual that actually took place. My personal thoughts on this is, I'm not really I wouldn't even say that I wasn't a fan of Travis Scott. I don't know him. I'm not familiar with his music at all. I couldn't tell you a Travis Scott song to save my life. I do know that he is going with one of the Jenners, Kylie, I believe. I do know they have a child together. But I do know that he has a burger at McDonald's, but that's the extent of my knowledge of Travis Scott. I don't know for sure if he's a devil worshiper or if he's part of the Illuminati or not, but thoughts and prayers definitely go out to all those involved that were murdered senselessly, that were injured, and man, can't even go to concerts anymore. Travis Scott and Drake and Live Nation, the concert venue, they're all being sued millions of dollars for what took place, and just a very tragic situation, Speaking of other rappers that actually made the news, is Fetty Wap. He's the the rapper with the one eye blind. He recently was arrested for drug possession. He had lots of drugs. We're talking about over $1 million worth of drugs and money on him and weapons, and it's gonna be a while before we see Mr. Fetty Wap again. No pun intended. Speaking of people that were on a roll, is Stevie J. Looks like, according to the news, Stevie J came out of nowhere and filed for divorce against his wife, legendary actress, legendary singer, Faith Evans. And it seems that she found out about it, according to her, on Twitter. I know that they were having issues, and she actually was in prison for domestic violence against Stevie J. Stevie J filed for divorce because allegedly she was regularly cheating on him with younger guys. So he filed for divorce. So more details about that as details have become available. Now, I want to discuss Blueface because he had an incident that, actually a few incidents that took place this past weekend, but I'm only going to discuss one of them. Of course, he allegedly attacked some bouncer, but she also had a little incident a few days before that where he actually tripped up a little bit. Matter of fact, let's take a look at that.
Out of town, y'all. God damn! I'm good. Good catch. That's how you know I'm drunk in this motherfucker. God damn! Why you didn't tell me it was a step right there? What was it?
Okay, speaking of it's going down, Young Jock, famous rapper on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, he recently got married to his longtime fiance Kendra. She's an attorney, and it looks like things got out of hand a little bit at their wedding. They actually caught that on tape. It looks like the part where they said that, is there anyone who objects to the wedding, speak now, forever hold their peace? Looks like someone seemed to take that out of as literal. And they had, take a look and see what happened yourself.
Boy, you better bounce. You better bounce.
That was the part when they asked you, does anybody have anything to say?
Okay, it looks like it's going to be an exciting wedding. Tommy definitely has something to say, but that's neither here nor there. Let's take a commercial break, and because I do have to pay these bills, and I'll be back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Looking to improve your credit and your savings? Buy a car or get a credit card? If so, having a good credit score could unlock access and possibly get you better interest rates. But how do you start building credit? While applying for a credit card is one option, if you can't get approved or can't afford the deposit for a secured card, it can be tough to get started. Luckily, Self offers a simple tool that can help. The Self Credit Builder account is an installment loan that enables people to build positive payment history and save money. The best part? You don't need a credit score to get started. And as you pay the Credit Builder account, your payment history is reported to all 3 major credit bureaus. At the end, you've established credit history and the money in your account unlocks and comes back to you, minus interest and fees. So you can build the credit to get the things you really want. Self. Build credit, save money, do it yourself. Learn more at self.inc.
Thank you for coming back. Your favorite person, Mr. Elon Musk. He recently took a break from taking people out of space. Congratulations to him. But did you know that flares are coming our way, or actually came our way a few weeks ago? I don't know if you guys noticed anything weird in the sky or not, but I don't know if for all you science buffs out there, just wanted you to be aware.
It may be 92 million miles away from our planet, but the sun could cause some problems and give us a good show in the sky sometime this weekend. I want to take you to a NASA satellite from the Solar Dynamics Observatory this past Thursday night at 11:35 when a major coronal mass ejection, a solar flare, erupted off the sun. You can see it right down here. I'll loop it through a few times. A little mini explosion. Well, that solar flare sent lots of particles and energy toward our planet. And this happens from time to time. This one happened to be a little bit stronger. Most of the time, our Earth's atmosphere protects us from these solar flares, but every once in a while, some of that energy filters around to the poles. That's how we see the northern lights or the auroras, but usually they're only seen in the far extreme parts of North America. Well, this one was strong enough where it might filter down a little closer to the United States. This was actually a G3 solar flare. NOAA, which is also responsible for forecasting weather on our planet, also keeps an eye on space weather. And a G3 could result in not only some auroras being visible as far south as Ohio, but also some problems with GPS and satellites orbiting our planets. Now, the good news is this is not going to be a major situation this weekend, but also good news, there's a chance that some of our friends in the northern parts of the United States could see some auroras as we head into this weekend. It would be early Saturday morning, late Saturday night, or early Sunday morning, possibly late on Halloween night. Unfortunately, solar flare forecasts, since they're coming from more than 90 million miles away, are also subject to a lot of air and a lot of changes, so this is something we'll keep an eye on over the weekend right here on CBS 17.
Okay, and speaking of science, we'll find out that DNA has actually revolutionized science. It revolutionized the science community, the medical industry, will find out, and actually impacted criminal justice. But there is a family out there who is claiming that their relative actually started the DNA craze and they want compensation. Take a look.
It's extremely historic, Marnie. And not only were her cells taken without her consent, they were taken without her knowledge. She died from aggressive cervical cancer 70 years ago today at the age of 31. Since then, that tissue from her body has been used all around the world to search for treatments for cancer, Parkinson's disease, and even COVID-19. Her cells are known as HeLa cells, using the first two letters of her first name and her last name. And these cells are a cornerstone of modern medicine. In fact, they have led to the development of the polio vaccine, genetic mapping, and even sent to space to uncover the impact of zero gravity on the human body. But Lax never gave consent to harvest her cells and never received a penny from it. Today, her family says this has gone on long enough, and they are demanding reparations.
70 years to the day of her death, the family of Henrietta Lax and their attorneys are continuing the fight to gain control of her legacy.
This will not be passed on to another generation of Laxes.
I think about my grandmother, as I said before, laying in that hospital room and how they came in there when she had radiation going through her body and horrific pain, but all they were concerned about was taking cell tissues from her body.
Today, attorneys filed a lawsuit in Baltimore against biotechnology company Thermo Fisher Scientific. In 1951, doctors at Johns Hopkins took Lax cells without her consent, then grew them in a lab and used them in countless medical research studies. Attorney Ben Crump claims Thermo Fisher Scientific knowingly mass-produced and sold the tissue gained through what he calls a racially unjust medical system. Crump says this action is criminal.
You see what happened at Johns Hopkins was not something that was unique. It was some common practice to experiment with black people as lab rats.
Now the family wants a court to block the use of her cells and research related to it without their permission. They also want the $35 billion company to give them all profits from the HeLa cells as well.
I would like to restore my family's honor. Throughout the years of watching my family go through what they went through, my dad being ignored in courthouses.
And Johns Hopkins is not included in this lawsuit. They do say they never sold or profited from the discovery or distribution of HeLa cells and does not own the right to the HeLa cell line. For years, they have worked with the Lax family to recognize and honor her life. We did reach out to Thermo Fisher Scientific for an interview. They have yet to reply to our request or provide a statement at last.
You know, a lot can be said about this next gentleman. A lot can be said by heavyweight champion Floyd Mayweather. And, I mean, he's rich. You might call him a bully. You might call him educated, but you cannot call him broke. You can call him clumsy, though. Take a look at when he tried to make a enthusiastic entrance in the ring. And well, let's see what happened. I bet you won't try that again. Now, what I will say, though, is that he did have some very powerful and impactful things to say about Mr. Kyrie Irving, who actually had the guts to take the stance that he did in the midst of this whole vaccine situation. And listen to what Floyd had to say. And tell me if you guys agree or if you disagree.
Kyrie, what's up? I know you're going through a lot. We had a chance to hang out in 2016 when you represented America, when you represented the red, white, and blue. You only want to be treated fair. I was going to post something on one of my social media pages, but I decided to do it the old school way and read it out to you because you're a great person, great father, great athlete, and you believe what you believe. America is the land of the free. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and supposedly freedom to choose. Never be controlled by money. I respect you for having some integrity and being your own man. A free mind makes its own choices. An enslaved mind follows the crowd. Stand for something or fall for anything. One man can lead a revolution to stand up and fight for what's right. One choice, one word, one action can change the world. It's crazy how people hate you for being a leader. I hope your actions encourage many others to stand up and say enough is enough. Respect to you, Kyrie, and power to the people.
Well, I definitely stand with Kyrie, and I mean, this is America, isn't it? Anywho, let's take another commercial break, and I'll be back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Earn cash back when you shop with IBOTTA. Whether it's everyday essentials or something new, you'll earn real cash back on every purchase at over 500,000 stores. Simply pick your offers and go shopping. Then take a picture of your receipts. The average IBOTTA user earns over $150 a year. Download now and get your $20 bonus just for trying the app.
Don't think you're an investor? We make investments morning, noon, and wait, what time is it exactly? We make short-term investments, long-term investments. We diversify our interests, realize our gains and losses, and try to keep the big picture in mind. You don't need to become an investor. You were born one. Robinhood.
Wendy Williams. How many of you guys are a fan of the Wendy Williams show? Okay. All right. Well, I am too, and a lot of people are missing Miss Wendy Williams. Wendy, if you're out there, we can't wait till you come back. A lot of people are skeptical if she's even going to come back to her show, but be not as it seems. Despite the rumors that you heard, Wendy Williams will return back to her throne. Even though, ironically enough, it seems as though that the ratings have gone up, and Miss Wendy has not been happy about that. Ratings have been going up and up and up since she's been gone. I blame it on the curiosity factor, but a lot of people believe it's because the females on the I won't say replacement list, on the co-host special guest list have been holding it down, particularly Ray Remedy and Sherry Shepherd. And I didn't really watch Remedy too much, but Sherry Shepherd, let me just say this, in all honesty, I feel as though she did a good job, and she definitely deserves her own show. Just not that one. I believe she would make a great replacement for Nick Cannon, because I don't think his show is popping, which is actually surprising because I like Nick Cannon. I think he's funny. This show is just not clicking for me. I don't know why, but Sherry is she's no Wendy, and can't wait to see Wendy back. Let's just say that. Okay, so update on our favorite housewife, former housewife Vanini Leaks. As you know, her husband Greg Leaks recently passed. R.I.P. Greg. He was a great man, and you know that's when you lose a loved one. That's never easy. Wendy Williams is selling her house that her and Greg and their son share together. And other than that, Wendy Williams, she says she's doing okay. She's taking one day at a time, and she has a great support system around her, and we wish her the best. Someone actually asked her, would she be willing to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta if the opportunity presented itself? And her response was that she would consider it. She needs to sit down with Andy Cohen, because she definitely has some unfinished business to settle with some of the housewives that are currently scheduled to appear on the show. So will she appear on the show? We'll just have to wait and see, but I hope so. Now, speaking of a former housewife, looks like Kim Zolciak's father recently made the news. Looks like this past Monday, he was arrested for domestic violence, for beating up his wife, assault and battery, pushed her down the stairs, beat her up where she hit her head, and he's arrested and he's put in jail with a $1,000 bond. I don't know, guys. Keep your hands to yourself, and life will be so much better. If you find this though that you're ever put in this position where you need to hit your spouse or someone that you're supposed to be loving, just walk away and take that as a note that it's a possibility that you might just need to cool off, or maybe that's not the person for you. Okay. On a lighter note, move over Oprah Winfrey. Looks like there's another best employer of the decade is in order. Looks like the owner of Spanx founder gifted her employees with a spectacular gift. Maybe I need to go work for Spanx. And let's take a look and see what she did.
I have bought each one of you 2 first-class tickets to anywhere in the world. You know, you go on a trip, you might have to, you might want to go out to a really nice dinner, you might want to go out to a really nice hotel, and so, with everybody's 2 first-class tickets to anywhere in the world, you are each getting $10,000.
Okay, so we've come to the end of the show, and we're going to close it with, on a good note, Young Jeezy and Ginny Mai. They're a married couple. They're one of my personal favorite power couples that are out right now. And recently, Jenny, she celebrated her birthday, and Young Jeezy had a very special surprise for her by one of her favorite singers, and that's how we're going to close the show today, with that surprise singer singing to Young Jeezy and his beautiful, beautiful wife. And in the meantime, guys, I thank you guys for your support. Make sure you love each other, love yourself, and strive to be the best version of you that you can be. Happy birthday to me. Make sure you go to RevelNation.com, get your merchandise, and talk to you guys soon. Oh, and don't forget to click like, subscribe, comment, and who knows, maybe you can be a guest on the Controversial Corner. Bye-bye.
Happy birthday, baby. I can't sing, but I got somebody to come sing happy birthday.